Hey guys, I see a lot of people in Deadlock make very critical mistakes when it comes to taking mid-boss. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the Trolley X Open Deadlock Night Shift Tournament, Abrahams versus Mel Team Game 1 and Game 2 to help you better take mid-boss with certain team compositions. So this is game 1 of Mel Team versus Abrahams. So the thing that you need to understand is that Mel Team is 40k souls above Abrahams right now. So what that means is in theory, right? The probability for Mel Team to win a team fight at this current moment should be much higher than Abraham's probability to win a team fight at this current moment. And if we look at the state of the map, this is a very critical time. You can see here that mid boss is currently up, and if Mel Team gets mid boss, they can close out the game with this. And if Abrahams gets mid boss, they can bring back the game with this, right? So I'm going to play it out here, and as I'm playing it out, I kind of want you guys to think about what you would do in this situation. So Mel Team decides they're going to raw dog mid boss at this moment. So they try baiting it a little bit, and the bait doesn't seem to be too successful. You see Calico and Paradox are kind of looking. They're running away. Mokrill's fighting. It's a very disjointed kind of experience. Or not experience, but situation going on right now. Ivy finishes the mid boss. And what's important to think about here is Mel Team hasn't killed anyone on Abrahams. Everyone is still alive right now. This is just a coin flip, kind of, when it comes to the rejuve, right? So, as a result, Abrahams secures all 3 rejuve crystals, and that basically stalls the game out for them and gives them a chance of coming back. If you guys want to believe it or not, this happens 2 more times in this game. So this happens a total of 3 times. You can see here the same exact thing happens. No one on Abrahams is picked off. Mel Team has a lead, right? They have tools to catch people, and they're just flipping mid-boss. So it happens again for the 2nd time. They end up getting 2 out of the 3 rejuves, Abrahams. And then it happens again. Mel Team, once again, is just raw dogging mid-boss with the 70k soul lead, right? No one on Abrahams is killed. No cooldowns are used. Nothing. Mid-boss falls. And Abraham secures 2 out of 3 rejuves. And they all die. And Abraham's actually wins the game, even though they're down about 60k souls. You'll see here, I'll skip a little bit for you guys. It's kind of very laggy right now because of the Deadlock replay system. But the game is over, basically. They won the game. Abraham's won this game. So what did Mel Team need to do in this situation to avoid this game falling out of their hands and them losing and Abraham's winning? Well, we need to understand Mel Team has a lot of tools, a lot of CC to get picks and start team fights before doing the mid boss, right? Mel Team has a Vindicta with the stake. Mel Team has a Paradox with the swap. Mel Team has a Calico that can basically go invisible on the map with Ava. Mel Team has a Mokril with a combo. Phantom Strike as well. Mel Team has the Yamato with the Flying Strike. So essentially, a Mel Team needs to take a team fight before going mid-boss to at least guarantee some kind of 5 or 4v6, instead of just this mid-boss flip, you know, where they do the mid-boss and it just is a burger flip, right? And it just so happens that Abraham flips to burgers a little better, and they, you know, just win the game. So this is a very common mistake I see in all levels of pro play and even in matchmaking, where people just go mid-boss with this lead before doing anything beforehand. Because you have this lead, you don't have to flip mid-boss. You can make things happen, you know, with your Paradox, with your Mokril, your Calica. This would be more something that Abrahams would want to do. Them flipping a mid-boss when behind is the way for them to get ahead. Flipping mid-boss when you're ahead is just only risk. You don't really need to do that. So this was game 1 of the best of 3. And what I'm going to show you guys in game 2 actually reflects kind of what I'm talking about. It was quite beautiful to see, personally, the transition that Mel Team made from game 1 to game 2 with their approach to mid-boss. It was actually beautiful. This is that game 2 we're talking about. I mean, guys, it's night and day how Mel Team plays. So here we can see that Mel Team is taking a team fight. They get a pick or two on these guys, right? Mokro combos, eats, Victor reses, they get the bag, and they go straight to mid. So already you can see Mel team taking a little bit of a different approach when it comes to mid boss. They're getting a pick or two, and then, you know, when they're in this pit fighting, now Victor isn't a factor, right? Because Victor is dead. They still steal 1 rejuve, right? But it's not 2, and also Victor's not a factor. So even when they steal this, you can see their healths, right? Low, low, low. They're like, this fight, Abraham's 100% loses. Mel team also has the same pick tools that they did in the game before. They have that Mokrill and Paradox. So this is the second mid boss of the game. We can see that Mel team has a lead over Abraham's, a significant lead. And, you know, as I pointed out, they have the pick tools. So the IV goes into the mid boss pit and starts hitting mid-boss to threaten Abrahams to do something, right? So here he is. You can see him in the pit. It's lagging pretty horribly, but that's just Deadlock's replay system for you. The Paradox is on the height looking. Mokrill is also looking, right? And instead of continuing the mid-boss, Ivy gets off the mid-boss. And luckily for Mel team, they find their fight. They try to initially get a pick. Doesn't really go too well. They wait it out. But Abrahams decides to re-engage on Mel team, which then starts this massive fight here. They get Victor. Victor's cursed. Victor's comboed. Right? And it's a much better mid-boss for Mel team now, right? They go again. And then instead of committing to the mid-boss, you can see that they're off it again. And they're looking for another fight. So they're constantly trying to kill Abrahams before they down mid-boss in order to guarantee the rejuve crystals. Right, combo. They get another kill on Sinclair, which is Sinclair is actually insane mid boss contest. And even then, they're still like, or they're not still. They finish the mid boss here, and it's a much easier secure because Victor is dead and Sinclair is dead. So guys, it's quite literally night and day how Mel team plays game 1 versus how they play game 2. It's literally night and day, and it's just, I find it beautiful. I think this is a fantastic game of Deadlock to watch those two in sequence. So Mel team goes on to win this game, and it goes to a third game in the best of 3. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but I highly recommend for you to watch the rest of that series, as honestly, out of all the games of Deadlock I've watched, that series is probably one of the best of 3 series I've ever watched. And the whole entire tournament as a whole, honestly, was pretty amazing to watch. So yeah, I think any player in Deadlock can learn quite a lot from watching those 2 games. I think that it's very eye-opening to see just a team like that play the game incorrectly in the first game and then immediately talk after, and then just play the game flawlessly when it comes to mid-boss in the second game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's probably a little shorter than most, but it's just a really nice game, or rather 2 games I really wanted to highlight and show to you guys because there's so much to learn. Anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and I will see you all later. Peace out, chat.